On the channel today, we've got ourselves a Marui Ninja, so let's go and have a quick look at it, and then I'll bring you back and tell you all about it, how I came across this one, and what we've done to it to get it to this stage, and what we will be doing with it in the future. Welcome back to the channel today. As you can see there on that introduction, we have ourselves a Marui Ninja. Now, a few things before we dive into this one. Big thanks to Keith at RC Icons. He sent me basically a mystery box. I knew that there was a Marui Ninja in there, but he said he was going to put a whole host of parts and I should be able to build myself a nice Marui Ninja. Now, there's a bit of a story to this car, and we'll get into that basically further in the video. But yeah, so we've managed to come up with a very, very clean and nice Marui Ninja, and it's definitely a car that I've been trying to add to my collection for the past, say, 3 years, and just been unable to get one. And those that you do see that are in very, very good condition just end up going for absolutely ridiculous money. So yeah, I think I commented on one of Keith's videos where he restored his Ninja, and he contacted me and asked me would I like some leftover parts, and I should be able to put together a nice Ninja for myself. So yeah, once again, big thanks to Keith and his generosity at RC Icons for enabling me to sort of get a car that I didn't think I would ever get in the collection. Now, yeah, we've been able to build a very, very nice Marui Ninja, and as you can see, the body is not brand new. It is used, obviously. Now, this was one of the bodies that came in the box that Keith sent me, so if you didn't see that first video, I'll chuck a link up above. You can go and watch, you know, what he did send me. And basically, he's posted a set of reproduction decals for a Ninja, basically so that if I could go and buy myself a body, I could make it look brand new, basically. So I ended up restoring the chassis. I'll show you that soon. And I sort of selected, there was a few different bodies and wings. This was the best body and best wing in the box that he sent me, and I do believe that these are genuine Marui decals on there, and the red stripes up the side here and around the back of the canopy there, they're off the reproduction decal sheet. So as it sort of sits, it is a pretty genuine vintage with some character Marui Ninja. Now, I had planned on getting a brand new body and putting on it and making it look, you know, very, very basically brand new. And I had a few issues with that. There's a couple of companies that do make reproduction bodies. This one here is a Team Blue Groove body, and I must say that, you know, I won't mention the other company, but this body here is a lot better fit on the car. Now, I did purchase another one before I even got the car from Keith, and when I cut it out and I mounted it up to the car here, and it was completely different sort of scale. I don't know what really was wrong with it. So yeah, we've got ourselves a brand new body, and we've got another set of reproduction decals. So I will do a video at a later date, basically showing it all some more in sort of mint condition. So when Keith sent me this car, it needed a full sort of clean and tear down restoration sort of thing. So basically I pieced together all of the nice parts and made a nice Marui Ninja. We rebuilt the shocks, cleaned everything, pulled the gearboxes apart, and I purchased sort of a bearing set for the car as well. So I upgraded that, and as you can see there, it is super smooth in the diffs, and I actually do want to actually go and take this for a little light run at a later date on the channel as well. So it's nice to know that it's sort of all rebuilt. Obviously the tyres on here, they're in okay condition. There's a few cracks, and before I got them, Keith, I think, put this one on his original one that he built on his channel. So he'd done the tyre lettering and had done sort of fixed some of the cracks with some glue as well. So all in all, you know, to have this on display in a cabinet, it looks absolutely fantastic. So let's whip the body off, and I'll show you the chassis and show you some of the electronics, and a little hack that I came up with for the driver figure, because that was really the only thing it was missing, was a driver figure, and I do believe they're hard to find, sorry. So I came up with an alternative that I had here in my parts bin. So let's whip the body off and I'll show you the chassis. Okay, so that's that body there. The actual box art has silver around and silver on the front posts here, and silver around this sort of back window section. Now, I don't really know, that's one reason I haven't really painted the new body up yet, is because I don't really know whether I like the silver or not. So let me know in the comments down below. You don't see a lot of these with the silver. I think, you know, I've seen one or two with the silver surrounds around the windows. But all in all, that's quite a nice original body set for this car. Now onto the chassis. Like I mentioned before, I didn't actually have the Marui driver figure, and it is, you know, apparently it's like a 3-piece head and whatnot, and it looks very nice. But obviously what I've done here is I found a to me a Fox driver. It's pretty similar, but it is very different obviously, but I managed to put this one into the car, and it does actually suit, and if you did have it on display in a cabinet, it does look pretty close, put it that way. So the only thing I did change was the mounting hole. I moved it back about nearly a centimetre, and that's where it sits in the car, and it lines up better in the cockpit windows. The other thing about the chassis, as you can see, I've cleaned it up quite nice, and you know, it's pretty good condition, very minimal scratches. We've just gone for a sort of standard Mabuchi motor. Not overly sure what came with it. The motor that was in it when Keith sent it to me was like a black RS540 motor, but it was shorting out. There was something wrong with the motor. So for a shelf piece, yeah, it could have been good. And I sort of dove into my electronics. Just got a basic, I think, Futaba servo in there, and I had one of these. Well, I've got a couple of these laying around actually. The LRP runner speed controllers. So yeah, not really sure. I just sort of put that in there just basically because I did fire it up and take it for a little test drive inside, just to make sure it all works for a later date if I do want to take it for a drive. But yeah, the suspension feels absolutely beautiful on it. Rebuilt all those, brand new oil, and like I said before, it is smooth as butter. So yeah, and interestingly enough, I do believe that this car came from Australia originally, from Jason over at True Vintage RC. He sold it to Keith because he was going to do a project. So yeah, it's been around the place, and it's found its way back here. So I'm pretty sure that that's where the car originally came from. I could be wrong. I'm sure Keith can let me know in the comments. But yeah, it's gone full circle, and obviously Keith found himself with a better Marui Ninja to put into his collection. Well, that's it for today's video on the Marui Ninja. Once again, thanks for stopping by, and if you are new here, make sure you do hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you know when there's a new video popping up on the channel. Your support is very much appreciated. You can also head over to my Instagram and Facebook pages. I'll chuck the links down below in the description. You know, I've met some fantastic people in the last sort of nearly 3 years that I've been doing this. And obviously Keith is a classic example of that. You know, we've seen him gift some awesome cars to various people on other channels and outside of the channel. Absolutely fantastic. And you know, basically today's video was just to showcase this and pretty much say big thank you to Keith, and sort of show you where I was up to on this Marui project. So hopefully in the future, like I said, we'll get the body done and get it out for a little bit of a drive, just so you can see it moving around and get a few more sort of pictures out in the sun, obviously. So yeah, let me know what you think down below. Do you have a Marui Ninja? Anything you can recommend? Yeah, so that's it for today's video. You can catch me on some of the other videos dropping around me right now, and obviously don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because your support is very much appreciated on the channel. And you know, I love sharing my builds, restorations with everyone out there. So I'll see you soon. Bye.